Hi, I'm Rachel.
And I'm Sarah.
And this is Effort&Ease yoga that you can practice anywhere, at any time, and fit with ease into your daily life. This flow that we're doing today is about 40 minutes long, and it will take you through several of the traditional yoga poses, or asana, and incorporate some new transitions, some creative movement between those poses, and get the breath synchronized with your movement.
And it's going to be fun.
And it's going to be so fun. You'll really feel energized and flushed with fresh energy as we kind of work our way into the body's little tight and sticky places and thread new sensation through those nooks and crannies.
Perfect. Let's do it.
Let's get started. This flow is going to begin on all fours. So come onto your hands and knees in the center of your mat. And begin to just take some intuitive movement here. So the first few breaths are a little bit more free form, a little bit more guided by sensation rather than alignment. So if you want to move through some flexion or extension of the spine, or if it feels more rewarding to take circles, sweeps, perhaps you're even closing your eyes so that you can more fully tune into how you feel rather than how you look. Good, we're here for about 3 more rounds of breath. If you've done something on one side that you have yet to move to the other, you can do so now. And then we'll meet together in a neutral tabletop. From the neutral tabletop, index fingers dial forward, tuck your toes under, and float your table. Here in the floating table, find a neutral spine first. So crown of the head reaching forward, tailbone pulling back. Then tuck your tailbone under, pull your belly up and in, find a cat-shaped tilt in your floating table. Make the front of the body concave, the back body convex. Keeping your arms straight and your toes tucked, your tailbone curled under, press the legs straight so that you're in a cat-shaped plank. Pull the belly up and in, wrap the ribs in towards the midline. Good, pull the knees forward and down. Feel it as a carving out of the lower belly as you bring your knees closer towards your wrists. They hover an inch above the mat, and then press through the balls of the feet, re-extend, cat shape your plank. Good, 2 more times. Pull the knees forward and down, carve out the lower belly. Feel it as a scoop of the front body, and then press through the balls of the feet, re-extend, cat shape your plank. 1 more time. Pull the knees forward and down, carve out the lower belly. Pause. Exaggerate it for 3, 2, 1, and then lower your knees to the mat, squeeze your shoulder blades together, arch your back, cow, spread the sits bones, bend the elbows, draw the heart and throat down towards your space between your thumbs, asana. Elevate your knees, slither through all the way to your belly. Keep the legs hip socket with distance and peel your chin, chest, rib cage off the mat. Cobra, Bhujangasana. Elbows stay soft, triceps hug the rib cage. Take your eye gaze to the right, let your left shoulder fall, a little twist. Bring your chin back to center. And then take it over to the left, let your right shoulder fall, a little twist. Good, 1 more time back to center. And then press your hips to your heels. Stretch your arms forward, child's pose. Let the forehead rest down if you're able. Tent up onto your fingertips, crawl your hands farther forward, and lengthen the space between your hips and your scapula. And then press your palms together in prayer. Draw that prayer to the back of your head. Let your thumbs rest against the nape of your neck. Send your elbows farther forward. Lengthen through the triceps. Set an intention for your practice. It could be a thought, a word, a dedication of energy, anything that gives this time meaning, purpose, or simply joy. And then stretch your arms back forward once again. Tuck your toes under, lift your hips back and up to a turbo facing dog. Here in the turbo face, knees are bent, heels are lifted, hands are pressing down to push the belly back toward the thighs and the chest towards the knees. Keep your knees bent, your heels lifted. Swivel your hips and heels over to the left side of your mat. Squeeze your left side waist. Get longer along the right side body. Tent up onto the fingertips of your right hand. And then on an exhale, pull your elbow into your waist, your hips to your heels. You're a tiny little package at the bottom of your mat. On an inhale, stretch forward, reach forward, stagger your side plank. Again, elbow to waist, hips to heels. Inhale, reach, get long. One more time, this one changes, elbow to waist, hips to heels. Bring your right hand to your right knee. Pull your right knee forward, grounding through the sole of your left foot, so you're coming into a side plank variation. Draw the right knee higher up and farther back. Stretch the right arm forward. And then bring the right hand down to the top right corner of your mat. Draw your right knee to your right tricep and hold. Tent up onto the fingers of your left hand and walk the left hand farther forward. You can keep stretching the left hand forward, or you can float it off the mat and hold on 2 points for 3, 2, 1. Bring your right elbow to your left knee, pause. And now kick and slide. Reach the right leg out to the left, left arm up. Fall in triangle. Take a big revolution with your left arm. You can soften through the left knee here if you like, rolling the head of the humerus through the shoulder joint. Good, reverse direction, take it the other way. Pause at the top of this final revolution and exaggerate it. Good, and then bring the left hand down, squeeze the inner thighs together, scissor your dog, press your hips to the back left corner of your space. Targeting a stretch along your right TFL, your tensor fascia lata. Feel the stretch originate at the top of the right hip bone and travel all the way down past the right knee. Push the right heel farther forward. Eagle wrap your right leg around your left, crossing at the knees, maybe at the ankles, and press the hips back. Squeeze the inner thighs together. On an exhale, pull your right knee to your nose or maybe your forehead. Asana, round and curl. Push through your hands. Step the right foot forward to the top of the mat. Left hip, left heel, push forward as your arms reach up. High crescent lunge. Interlace the fingers together, release the index. Optional back bend, heart moves up and back, any amount. Inhale back through center. Hands come down, they frame the right foot. If you're using blocks, you'll bring them to frame your right foot here. As you round and curl, bring your forehead to your knee. And then on an exhale, pull your right hip back. Send your left hip forward, Parsvottanasana. If you're using the blocks, you're bringing the ground a little bit closer to you so that you can get better extension in the spine. Rolling the shoulders back, tilting the tailbone up. Bring your chin towards your shin. If your hands are on the blocks, keep them on the blocks. If they're on the floor, keep them on the floor. Push through both hands, round and curl now. So bring the spine into flexion from extension. Bring your forehead back towards your knee. Push through the ball of your left foot. Left heel is elevated. See if you can float the right foot off the mat and hold it. 5, any amount. 4, 3, 2, 1. Sweep the right leg back and up. Good. Bend the knee, open the hip, and then take some freestyle movement on the right. Could be circles, sweeps. Again, a little moment, a little pocket of this practice where you can be guided by sensation rather than alignment or instruction. Good. And then lower the right foot to meet the left. Come high on all 10 toes once again. Soften the knees. Turbo. No vinyasa, just swivel immediately to the other side. So hips go right. Tent up onto the fingers of the left hand. Pulling the left hip away from the left wrist crease. On an exhale, draw your left elbow into your waist. Bring your hips into your heels. Tiny little package, bottom of the mat. Inhale, reach forward, get long, stagger your side plank. Again, elbow to waist, hips to heels, squeeze. Inhale, reach, get long. One more time, elbow to waist, this one changes. Stay here in the tiny package, bring your left hand to your left knee. Pull it forward as you press through the sole of the right foot. Think about pulling the left knee higher up, farther back. Stretch your left arm overhead. And then bring the left hand down, bring your left knee to your left tricep, walk your right hand farther forward. Tent up onto the fingers of your right hand. Maybe even balance on 2 points. And hold for 3, 2, 1. Draw your right elbow to your left knee. And then kick it out to the right, fall in triangle. Press the hips up, the heart up. Take the right arm on a big revolution, rolling the head of the humerus again in the shoulder joint. Lubricating the shoulder, and then take it the other way. Pause at the top of that final revolution, exaggerate it. Good, and then bring your right hand down top of the mat, squeeze your inner thighs together, press your hips to the back right corner of your space. Targeting the TFL. On the left now. Thinking about pushing the left heel forward, pull the toes more back. Good, keep the left leg crossed over the right, squeeze the knees and maybe the ankles together in a eagle turbo. On an exhale, draw your left knee into your nose or maybe your forehead in asana, round and curl. Place the left foot between the hands, and on an inhale, high crescent lunge. Right hip, right heel, push forward. Arms reach up. Interlace your fingers, release the index. Try to get the left thigh as close to parallel with the ground as you can, and then take an optional back bend. Taking the heart up and back any amount. Maybe today that's just changing your eye gaze, starting to trust what you feel rather than what you see. Inhale back through center. Place your hands down on either side of your left foot. You can bring them to the blocks if you have blocks. Round and curl, bring your forehead to your knee. Pull your belly away from your thigh. Parsvottanasana. Extend the eye gaze forward, pull the left hip back. Moving with the breath here, use the inhales to make space, the exhales to move into the space that you've created. Inhale, look out, lengthen. Exhale, come down a little deeper. Keep thinking about spreading the hips, the sits bones, lifting the tailbone up as you bring your chin and chest forward. Keep your hands on the blocks or the floor, framing your left foot. Come high on the right toes, elevate the right heel. Push strongly through your hands so that you can round and curl now, bringing the spine into flexion, forehead to the knee. See if you can push so strongly through both hands that you can hover that straight left leg off the mat for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sweep it back and up. Here, freestyle exploration on the left. Does not have to be the same thing that you did on the right. Part of cultivating a sophisticated practice is being able to greet those two sides with curiosity and judgment, rather than judgment. Not labeling good side, bad side, but just gathering information, becoming the observer here. Good, and then left foot lowers to meet the right, high on all 10 toes, both heels lifted. High heel dog. Exaggerate the tip up of your tailbone. Bring your pelvis into an anterior tilt. And then on exhale, tuck your chin to your chest, pull your belly button to your spine, curl your tailbone down, and let your heels move closer towards the mat, a cat-shaped tilt in your dog. Inhale, tilt the tailbone up. Elevate the heels. Press the belly back toward the thighs, cow. Exhale, round and curl. Tuck the tailbone under, heels descend, chin moves closer towards the throat, cat. One more time, inhale to the cow. Exhale to the cat. Good, now with your heels moving towards the earth, find a more neutral pelvis. Release the tailbone. Wrap the triceps forward, bring the armpits towards the mat. Walk your hands back to meet your feet at the back of your space. Separate the feet 2 hip widths distance, so 2 fists fit between the big toes. Bend the knees a lot. Get your belly to connect to your thighs, and even if you're using blocks throughout this practice, here's a place where you're going to use your hands. Slide whole hand under whole foot so that your toes wriggle into your wrist creases. Keep the knees bent enough that the belly is still against the thighs, and then pull. Roll the weight forward into the balls of your feet. Engage your quadriceps, the front of the thigh, so that your hamstrings, the back of the thigh, can start to release. Use your chest to press the knees a little straighter at the end, but maintain that upper body to lower body connection throughout. Good. Unplug your hands from your feet. Place your hands on your blocks. Your shins are underneath your shoulders. Inhale, Ardha, look lengthen. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Heel toe the feet into touch. One more time, inhale, look lengthen. Hands can come to shins or the blocks. Exhale, fold, soften. On the inhale, scoop up the earth, offer it to the sky, sit low, reach high, chair pose, Utkatasana. Weight in the heels, arms reach up, belly in. In your chair, come onto the balls of the feet, squeeze your knees, ankles, and our thighs together. Pressing through the balls of your feet, come all the way up. Heels descend. On an exhale, swing your left arm underneath your right. Setting up for Eagle Garudasana. Cross the left elbow under. Bring the palms as close together as you can, and then draw the elbows down, trying to get the fingertips below the nose at some point someday. Bend the knees. Left leg high up and over the right. Wrap, twist, squeeze. Bring the knees, ankles, and our thighs down one line, down your center. This pose not only compresses all the major joints, it gets the right and left hemispheres of your brain talking to one another, so good for proprioception, understanding where the joints are in space. Good, now on an inhale, pull the left knee up and in, connect to your core. Extend the left leg forward. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left foot steps down, right leg lifts back and up. Warrior 3 with eagle arms. Fingers forward, toes back. Doing your best to lift the right leg from the inner thigh, letting the outer hip drop down. Pressing the palms, the forearms together to help engage the back and the core. Good, and then right foot meets the left at the center of your mat. Arms reach up. Palms kiss. On an exhale, right arm underneath the left. Cross at the elbows, cross at the wrists, pull the elbows down, sit down. Right leg high up and over the left. Wrap, twist, squeeze, hug the midline. Wrist, elbows, knees, ankles, all wrapping down your center. This pose works like a tourniquet effect. As we compress the joints, we restrict the. When we release it, all fresh oxygenated blood rushes back to those joints, nourishing them. Pull the right knee up and in, connect to your core. Extend the right leg forward for 5, 4, 3, 2. Step forward onto the right foot, warrior eagle arms, left leg back and up. Squeezing the muscle onto the bone here of your lifted left leg, making it lighter. Left foot meets right at the top of the mat. Release your eagle arms, stretch your arms up overhead. Good, right hand, left wrist, lift up, pull the belly in, press through your heels. Press your hips to the left, upper body to the right. Ardha variation. Good, come back through center, reach up, get tall. Switch your wrist, so left hand, right wrist. Lift up and over to the left, bump your hips to the right, push through your heels. Keep sending the left shoulder forward, opening up the chest and the ribcage. On an inhale, come back through center. Good, interlace your fingers, release the index. Let your head fall back. Let it hang heavy across your shoulders. Completely release through the cervical spine. Squeeze your palms together, push your arms up. With your weight in your heels, bring your hips forward and let your biceps chase your ears. Heels down, hips forward, chest up. Reach back, chest up. Again, squeeze the palms together, reach your arms back, send your chest up. Stay with it, up and back, up and back, up and back. Inhale back through center. Exhale, swan dive fold. Let your heart lead the movement. Place your hands underneath your shoulders and open your knees wide for Pujasana, variation of the yogi squat. Heels and toes are touching here. Let your torso cascade between your thighs. Taking a little U-turn from the backward bend to this shape, where we get longer from coccyx to crown. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Draw your knees together underneath your chest. Reach around, scoop up your heels from underneath. So pinkies are together, thumbs are apart. And then pull on your heels as you lift your hips up, keeping your belly on your thighs, your chest on your knees, just like we did in Padahastasana from the front a moment ago. So to here in Padahastasana from the back. This time think about wrapping your forearms behind your calf muscles. One day the elbows could touch back there. As you work your face down your shins, bringing the crown of your head towards your toes, keep your eyes open, and your upper body sealed against your lower body. Pull on your heels, roll more weight forward into the toes. And then unplug, hands from feet. Place your hands underneath your shoulders. Inhale, look out, lengthen. And then step it back, plank. Hold your plank. Moving through our first chaturanga, remember that knees can always lower to the earth to preserve good alignment. We're going to take 2 here. So elbows bend, triceps graze the rib cage, come halfway down, hover, hold. Press back up to high. 1 more, halfway hover. This time scoop your heart through. Upward face. Hanging here on hands and tops of feet. On an exhale, lift your hips back and up, roll over your toes or your knees to your downward facing dog. Using each exhale to let the heels get a little bit heavier as you press more weight into the legs. Good, on an inhale, right leg sweeps the sky. Elevate the left heel, make it expansive. Bend the right knee, open the hip. Think right heel towards your left butt cheek. Step your right foot behind your left calf or thigh, dancer's bridge. Press the hips up, the heart up. That was my mat. From the dancer's bridge, we're coming into a side plank. So ground through the left foot. You can stack your right ankle on top of your left. You can lower your left shin, or you can take variation through the top leg. Place your right foot up at the top of the mat, warrior 2. So when the right foot lands, the left foot dials to a 45 as the arms windmill open. Ground firmly through both sets of pinky toes. Feel the pinky blade of the foot root down, the inner arch lift. Stretch your arms apart. On an inhale, reach the arms overhead, straighten the legs. Bring the palms together to touch. Good, and on the exhale, return to your warrior 2. This time, flip the right palm open, reach a little bit forward to reverse, Viparita. Exalt the pose, slide the left hand down the left leg, reach the right arm up and overhead, making space from the lower right ribs to the right hip. Straighten the right leg, keep exalting. Good, and then pass back through your warrior 2 into extended side angle, Parsva Konasana. Bring the right hand inside the right foot, send the left arm overhead in a diagonal line of energy from the left pinky toe to the left pinky finger. If you like, you can play with binds, half binds, or bound balancing poses here. One option is to bring your left hand into your right hip pocket. Another would be to find your left wrist with your right hand from underneath your right thigh. A third might be to go to Visvamishtrasana, bringing your right hand outside your right pinky toe, shifting the weight into the right hand, and picking the right foot with your left hand. In each of these variations, wrapping the left rib cage back and tucking the right ribs under. We meet together in Parsva Konasana, the extended side angle. Back to Warrior Two, upper body lifts. Skandasana, turn your left toes out, your left heel in, bring your hands to prayer, and lower your left hip towards your left heel. Place your right hand behind your right hip. Drive through your left foot, wild thing from Skandasana. Press the hips up. Lower to your left knee as you bring your left hand down underneath your left shoulder. So you're coming into a steer pose, squeezing the inner thighs together, much like we did in that scissored dog, working the TFL, feeling a lot of sensation from the outside of the right hip all the way down to the right ankle. Good, and then bring your left hand underneath your left shoulder up at the top of the mat. You have two choices here. I'm going to show the camel split. Sarah's going to show the knee down half moon. So if you're with me, right hand to the instep of your right foot, left shin swivels for balance. If you're with Sarah, right arm can just reach up as you extend the right leg. We all meet together in a knee down half moon. So release the right foot if you're holding on to it, bend the right knee, and find your foot with your right hand. Kick into your hand. Using that kick to open the right shoulder and extend the spine. Allow the right foot to lower gently behind your left ankle, pressing into the ball of the right foot so that your knees make a little diamond shape. Press strongly through the ball of the right foot to extend the left leg, dancer's bridge. This is where we started this flow. Good, and then bring your right hand down your right foot to meet your left, high plank. And take your vinyasa. So from here on in, the vinyasas are yours to customize. You can move through the double chaturanga. You can streamline it into a single. You can keep the knees down. You might move into a cobra instead of an upward face. We meet in the down dog. Pause and breathe. From a downward facing dog, the left leg sweeps the sky. Elevate the right heel, make it expansive. Bend the left knee, open the hip. Think left heel, right butt cheek. Step the left foot behind the right calf or thigh, dancer's bridge. Press the hips up, press the heart up. Keep pressing into your right hand and your right foot as you rotate into a side plank. You can stack the ankles, you can take variation with the top leg, you can lower the bottom shin for support. Place your left foot gently at the top of the mat. We're coming into a warrior two. So when the left foot lands, the right toes rotate to a 45. Windmill the arms open. And on an inhale, rise, hug muscle to bone, bring your palms overhead to touch. On an exhale, come back to your warrior two. Grounding through the pinky blades, feel the inner arches lift. Flip your left palm, little reach forward. Reverse it back, Viparita. Straighten the left leg, keep exalting. Back to the warrior two. Extended side angle. Left hand comes inside the left foot, right arm reaches overhead, diagonal line of energy from the right pinky toe to the right pinky finger. Same options as you had on the other side. You can thread your right hand behind your back into your left hip pocket. You can reach your left arm underneath your body, find your right wrist. Take your eye gaze over the right shoulder. You can move into Visvamishtrasana. Bringing your left hand down outside your left pinky toe and picking your left foot up with your right hand as you ground through the sole of the right foot. Keep tucking the left rib cage under, pulling the right rib cage back and up. We meet in the side angle. From there, on an inhale, warrior two. Palms overhead to touch, straighten both legs. Turn your right toes out, your right heel in, Skandasana to the back of the mat. Right hip to right heel. I'm regretting not having my hair up for this flow. I don't have a thing. For the next flow. From Skandasana, place your left hand behind your left hip. Drive through your right foot, wilding. Lower your right shin to the mat as you bring your right hand down underneath your right shoulder. So you're lowering into that little twisted shape, steer. Pull your hips away from your left ankle. From here you had a choice, camel split or knee down half moon. Right hand comes underneath your right shoulder. Either you're picking up your left foot from the instep with your left hand, letting the right shin swivel, or you're just kicking that leg up and back, keeping it free. Release the left foot. If you're holding onto it, bend the left knee, knee down bow. Find the foot with your left hand and kick. Allow the left foot to lower down behind your right ankle. Pressing into the ball of your left foot, open the knees wide like a diamond. Extend the right leg forward, dancer's bridge. Left hand down, left foot meets right, high plank. Vinyasa, your way. We meet in the downward face. Good. Final little grounding bit of this flow. On the inhale, right leg sweeps the sky. Bend the knee, open the hip. Swing the right knee underneath the body, set a figure four. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh, press your hips back. Shift your figure four forward. Bring your right shin towards your wrists and rise up, setting up for your figure four camel. So in figure four camel, you have options again. The simplest will be to bring your left hand to your left hip. Next step would be left hand to left heel. Third and final option, right hand, left heel. On an inhale, restack the spine. Place the hands down underneath your shoulders and slide your your left leg back for pigeon. In pigeon, you can stay upright or fold forward. Option to take a variation here in your pigeon. I'm going to give you two different options. One would be to walk your right hand forward, thread your left arm under, and then bring your left ear to listen to the mat as you stretch your right arm farther forward. Or you can bring your right hand behind your back and see if you can find your right toes. Even though this is a shoulder stretch, it'll increase the sensation that you feel in the hips by pressing them down a little bit more heavily to the mat. You can stay there, or you can try a different variation, also involving shoulders. In this one, you'll bend your left knee and interlace your hands in front of your left shin. Then kicking into the palms of your hands, drive your heel back, using the strength of your kick to open your chest. Then release, place your hands underneath your shoulders, whichever variation of pigeon you're in. Tuck your left toes, pull the right knee up and into your midline, step the right foot back to meet the left, high plank. We're not taking a vinyasa yet, just lift your hips back and up to your downward facing dog. On an inhale, left leg sweeps the sky. Bend the knee, open the hip. Swing the left knee underneath your body. Cross your left ankle over your right thigh. Figure 4, press the hips back. Lower both shins, or bring the shins forward first, and then lower the left shin down, the right shin down. Figure 4 your camel. So as you stack your hips over your knees, you have options: right hand to right hip, right hand to right heel, or for more sensation, left hand to right heel. Extending the hips and the spine simultaneously here. On an inhale, restack. Place your hands down underneath your shoulders. Slide your left. Right leg sweeps back. Slides back. You can stay upright or come forward. If you'd like to take that shoulder thread, you'll reach the left arm forward this time and slide the right arm under. Letting your right ear listen. You can keep the left hand reaching forward, or you might bring it behind your back to your toes. Or for a different stretch, you can place your hands underneath your shoulders. Working your way towards a royal pigeon here, you'd bend your right knee and then interlace your hands in front of the right shin. As you kick your shin into your hands, driving the shoulders back. And then place your hands underneath your shoulders. Tuck your right toes, pull the left knee up and into your midline. Step the left foot back to meet the right, high plank. This time we do take a vinyasa, so chaturanga or skip it. Upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale to your downward face. From this downward facing dog, walk your feet to the middle of the mat. Walk your hands to meet your feet. Cross your right ankle behind your left, and then lower to Sukhasana. You can stay in Sukhasana, or you can find half lotus, Ardha Padmasana, bringing your right foot into your left hip crease. On an inhale, arms reach up. On an exhale, twist. Bring your left hand to your right thigh. Your right hand comes behind your back into your hip pocket, or if you're in the half lotus, right hand can find your left toes. Take your eye gaze over your right shoulder. Twist. Good, then bring your eye gaze back to center. Reach the arms up overhead. Interlace the fingers. Extricate your right leg and extend it as much as you can. Quarter turn so that your torso is facing your right leg. Flex your right foot. Push your right heel forward to lower the right leg down. Sole of the left foot is at your right inner thigh. Legs are like a check mark diagonally off your mat. Inhale, lift, and on an exhale, tuck your chin to your chest, round and curl. Bring your forehead to your knee. You can bend the knee as much as you need to get your forehead to touch it. All 10 fingers interlaced over the sole of the right foot. Those are the two non-negotiables, the forehead on the knee and the fingers interlaced over the sole of the foot. Again, the knee can bend as much as you need to. Push the right heel forward, flex the toes back. Pull the belly away from the thigh. On an inhale, restack the spine. Place your left hand behind your left hip, stargazer, drive up onto your left shin. Cross your right ankle on top of your left ankle. We're coming back to Sukhasana as you lower your seat down, or you can reset the Ardha Padmasana, this time left foot in your right hip crease. On an inhale, reach the arms up overhead. On an exhale, twist. Right hand, left thigh, left hand behind your back, or to your hip pocket, or maybe even your toes if you're in the half lotus. Take your eye gaze over your left shoulder. Twist. Good. Bring your eye gaze back to center. Reach the arms up overhead. Interlace the fingers. Extricate your left leg from your cross-legged variation and extend it. Flex the foot, push the heel forward to lower that straight left leg down diagonally off your mat. Right foot is at your left inner thigh. Exhale, round and curl. Bring your forehead to your left knee. Remember, you can bend the knee as much as you need to get all 10 fingers interlaced over the sole of that left foot and the exact forehead on the exact knee. That's what this pose means. Janu Shirshasana means forehead to knee. So we know the forehead needs to touch the knee. On an inhale, restack the spine. Place your right hand behind your right hip, drive up onto your right shin, stargazer. Good, and cross your left ankle over your right ankle, and we come back to Sukhasana, lower the seat. Gather your knees into your chest, wrap your forearms over your shins. Let your eye sockets rest in your kneecaps for a moment here, become compressed, condensed, tiny. And then on an inhale, open ecstatically to boat. Could be at a 45, hands can come down, or maybe everything extends, arms and legs. Good, from boat, keep your body upright as you flex your feet and slowly lower the heels forward and down. Pause when you're about an inch off the mat, hover. And then bring the legs down, stack the shoulders over the hips, and fold, Paschimottanasana. Peace sign fingers can hook the big toes, bend at the elbows, engage your biceps to pull your belly forward, your chest forward, the crown of your head forward. Good, on an inhale, restack the spine. Reach the arms forward at the level of your shoulders. It's a slow, controlled roll to bring first your lower back, your middle back, your upper back, your head, neck, and shoulders to the earth. Arms long by your sides, bend both knees. Pressing down through the soles of your feet, bridge your hips up. Setu Bandhasana. Yeah, and then lower one vertebra at a time. Hug your knees into your chest. Wrap your forearms over your shins. Keep your chin tucked to your chest. Take your eye gaze down your front line like you're looking to zip up a zipper, lengthening the cervical spine along the mat. Good, one more time, last little bit of work for this flow. Bring your feet down to the mat. Bring your hands back by your ears so that your fingertips point to the shoulders. If you'd like to take a second set of bridge, you can take a second set of bridge, or if you're with me, press everything up, wheel. Option in your wheel to come up onto your toes and walk your hands in towards your feet. And then press your chest more forward. Lower your heels. Walk it back out, chin to chest. Final spinal twist, draw your knees into your chest. And a little tribute to the eagle that we took standing, wrap your right leg over your left. Let your knees roll to the left and let your right shoulder melt open. Keep the right shoulder heavy against the earth as you let your knees droop down. Come back through center. Unwrap the legs, this time left over right. Knees gently rotate right, left shoulder heavy. Final spinal twist. Using the weight of your twisted legs to unkink any final little kinks from your spine. And then gently come back to center one more time. Unwrap the legs, bring the soles of the feet together to touch. Let the knees fall open wide. Hands can rest on inner thighs, or maybe one on belly, one on heart. Reclining gentle pose. Allow the weight of gravity to exert itself on your joints. And then press through the soles of your feet to lengthen into your Shavasana. At this point in the practice, feel free to turn off your device and stay in your Shavasana as long as you like. If you're with me, I'm going to give you a few little cues to help enhance this time. Let your toes roll open, your heels roll in. Create gentle external rotation at the hip socket.
engendering a feeling of spreading across the front of the pelvis. Root the tailbone down into the mat, feel it grounding. And then in your mind's eye, travel along the length of your spine from that rooted place at the base as it takes a little upward curve through the lumbar and then curls back down to the earth right behind your heart. Mindfully root this space down as well. Feel your shoulder blades connect to the mat. As you do, notice how the shoulders roll open, the collarbone broadens, a feeling of expansion that trickles all the way down the arms to the wrist creases, which roll open, bringing your palms into supination, a gesture of supplication. Take a moment to observe how this vulnerability lands in your body. And if the fingers try to close in, ask them gently to remain extended. Then bring your mind's eye back to your spine, traveling from that heavy space right behind your heart, the connection there between heart and earth, as it travels again, taking a little upward swoop along the back of your throat, and then curving back down to the ground, right behind your mind. Let your mind feel heavy as it roots down to the earth as well. Heavy not like a burden, heavy like a root, connecting you to this vast planet and to all the life it supports, of which you are an integral part. A relationship of reciprocity, whereby you draw energy from the earth and also infuse it with your own unique vibration, without which it would be incomplete. With your mind, your heart, and the base of your spine all connected to the ground, let your breath move through you freely, unrestricted, unimpeded, no longer controlled nor curated, just moving with its own innate intelligence to wherever it is most needed. Try to check in with those spaces where you still might hang on to some tension. See how you can soften. Release your jaw. Let your tongue detach from the roof of your mouth. Soften the space behind your eyelids. And release the consternation from your eyebrows. The final few breaths here, return to that intention you set on the earth. Cultivate contentment. Remembering that contentment is not something you find outside of yourself, but something you create from within. Making the decision to allow this to have been enough, and actually do it, allow it. When you're ready, roll over onto your right side and pause there for a beat in the fetal position, giving your body the opportunity to absorb its implications of renewal. And then join us in a comfortable, easy seat of your own choosing as we seal this practice together in gratitude. Wishing you a day filled with the balance, the strength, the flexibility, the patience, and the grace that you cultivated here on your mat. Namaste.
Namaste.
Okay. Coming close.
Subscribe.
Tell us what you
liked
think.
it.
Yeah, hope you liked it, and let us know more of what you want.
Thank you for watching. We really appreciate it. Tell us what you liked. Tell us if you want more.
What you want more of.
We want to make it.
We do.
You said, how many adjectives can I say?